This is Marshall PC Wabash. On our last camping trip, I was using this side of the gas valve and tank. I knew this tank was full because I filled it up before I left the house. So we was running the LP off the fridge and of course the stove because we was cooking. Well, that morning the fridge started blinking and the stove ran out of gas. So I did what everybody does. I came out here, turned this one off, turned this one on, which I knew was full. Switched over the tank regulator here, told Sandy to bleed the line through the stove. Nothing. So I wound up lifting the bunk. And I knew, like I said, I knew this was full. So I closed it off. And I found out that it was full. So I had to go and take all this apart. So I took the full one from this side and I switched it over this side because I knew this valve was working. So went back inside, turned everything on, everything came on like a champ. Okay, so I said great. Something is a little weird. So I took my valve off and I looked at it. Inside this valve, I'll show it to you when I take it apart. Because what I'm going to do is trash this one, keep this one for a spare. So I bought all brand new valves, same size. Okay, we're going to look at the bad one first. See how this is going in and out like that, which is not good. This one only goes in and out like this. This one's almost got a 1/4 inch. So after I looked, I knew this valve was good, and I look inside it. And I don't know if you see it on camera, but there's a white gasket right there. It's made out of a hard rubber. It's a white gasket. That's the seal for the gas line. So this line's still good. So that's going to be my spare. Now this line, as you can see, the inside white gasket is completely gone. So this was getting no gas flow at all. So I didn't panic. I just switched over to the side I knew was working, plugged it up, and it worked. So it could be just a simple gasket if this ever happens to you. It's nothing really to worry about. I mean, if it ain't working, just take it apart and try the other side. So we're going to trash this one like this. And now we're going to go ahead and reassemble with the new gas lines, which are braided stainless steel, which is probably be better in the long run. Alright, I got the one on. So now we're going to send the yellow gasket tape. So we want to roll it in this direction, because if we come back this way, it will unwind. So you want to go ahead and roll it in the direction that you're going to thread it on. It's a 9/16 wrench is all you need to do this job. I like to put so the threads are still there, but they kind of look like they're rounded. So I've been around a few times. So you can still see the threads, but they look like they're not very sharp. And inside here, I went into my shed while y'all was on break and got my pick. Because I see there's a piece of stuff in this thread. So you want to kind of get up in there. Maybe need a small set of picks, which I do have. I just couldn't find them. And if there's any leftover tape or plumber's putty or whatever they use on here, you get it out. So now you can see all the threads are nice and clean. So we're going to hand start this. Make sure we get it in there without cross threading it. It should just go right on in. And see, I'm just turning that by hand. And I won't touch my wrench till I can't turn it no more. But now I know that the thread has started good. And we got to go in till we got about that much left over. And that seemed to be what was left over on the existing one. So we're just going to go ahead and tighten this up. and you're going into aluminum with copper, which is not steel, so not quite as bad, but still I wouldn't crank down on it too awful bad, or else you have to replace your regulator if you strip the threads up. Alright, so we're there. We have brand new lines on, so I'm going to go ahead and put the empty tank back in its place. Then we got the bracer, which is here. This keeps your tanks from vibrating from side to side. Up like that. Right there. And it's got its plastic gasket in there, so that's a good thing. So that one should be fine now. Come around on this side. Check that one, and that's good. Get it started properly. Make sure your tanks are in a groove. There's like several grooves on here, so you just want to get it in a groove that fits best. And you can tighten your tank back down. Alright, well anyways, we're back. We're going to turn on the gas right here. Alright, that sounded like we're good. Now, we got the valve pointed this way, which means we're using that tank. So now we're going to see if we got any bubbles, because I put a heavy dose of Dawn in a light dose of water. So no bubbles from there. I don't see no bubbles on that side. So I'll take that as a success. I thought I fully opened that, but oh well, that gets you thinking. That's what I get for thinking, right? I see nothing, I hear nothing. Alright, I'm inside. I hear gas. It's coming through the line, it's got to bleed the line. There we go. Bam. We got 3 burners burning. That means we were successful at our new gas line install. $14 fix, I believe. I got them off Amazon. And like I said, you know, sometimes you'd have to pay somebody big dollars to diagnose that, but if you don't panic and you know your tank was working, come out here and check it out. That's when I discovered this whole inside gasket was missing. So now I got 2 brand new tank lines with braided, and I have a spare because this one still has its inside piece. So that's all I got for today. Easy fix. Back on the road this Thursday. Marshall PC Wabash. Later.